Yo.
Yeah, there he is.
On.
There he is. There's Big Josh.
Yes, man. What's happening? You all right?
Josh Hone, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. Feeling good. Just can't wait for Saturday.
Beautiful. Listen, thank you so much for coming on to the Gunman Insta Live. You've probably heard that I am now signed to Future of Boxing, doing the commentary and presenting the show. I also run this chat show on Insta Live, which is a platform for really good fighters like yourself to come on and share their journey with the fight fans. It's one of the fastest growing chat shows on Instagram, boxing channels on Instagram in the UK. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. So for anyone who doesn't know this man, he's a hard-hitting cruiserweight, a very exciting fighter who I'm really looking forward to seeing in the league, you know, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your fight on Saturday.
I can't
So
wait.
can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your record?
My record is 24 fights, 17 wins, 4 losses, and 3 draws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I've also had 2 bare knuckle fights with 2 first-round knockouts. So I'm not a stranger to the boxing ring.
Oh, that's brilliant. We've got some stuff to talk about then, because I cover a little bit of bare knuckle.
Yeah.
But I cover all fighting, the whole fight game, misfits to bare knuckle to pros to a guy who's having his first ever fight. I covered a lot. Speak with referees, journeymen.
I've had a look at your page. It's good. It's good.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
No worries.
Yes. Oh, so do you consider yourself a veteran, or are you still the best years ahead?
I'm not a veteran just yet, but time will come where I'll class myself as a veteran. I want to get many accolades in the unlicensed scene, but nothing's going to stop me. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing and try and win as many titles as I can.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, listen, you come with a big reputation on Future of Boxing, and you know, I'm excited to see how your fight unfolds and how you progress with the league. There was some really exciting news this week that came out. I don't know if you saw it, but from the June the 1st show, we are going to be pushing fighter pay and fighter care.
Yes.
Basically offering fighters 50% of their ticket money, which is unprecedented at this level. So basically now, if you're a fighter and you're a big ticket seller, you can now actually earn money, you know, for getting punched in the face and for, you know, doing all the hard training and for doing hill sprints on a Sunday. So you're now being rewarded for it. So it's something I was really pleased to put my name to.
No.
As a fighter, does that excite you?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the most exciting things to hear about fighting when you're earning a bit more money. So in the unlicensed scene, it's hard to make money unless you are a bit, as you said. So yeah, it does give people more of a chance to earn that bit more and make it a bit more worth it for them, getting punched in the face and doing 3, 4, whatever. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm liking it. It's really good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, the training's really hard, and this is what the fight fans don't see. They only see you turn up in your shorts, batting up a man in the ring, but they don't see the days where you have a terrible day at sparring. You go home thinking, "Oh, why should I be doing this?"
Yeah.
Or they don't see you having to do hill sprints, or they don't see you having to run around, you know, trying to sell tickets, or someone who's said, "Oh, I'm going to buy 10 tickets," and they're not giving you the money, and they don't see all the faff behind the fighting. So it's a really big move that Future of Boxing are going to do. Basically, they're going to reward fighters 50% of the ticket money. So if you sell 100 tickets, you get £2,000 gifted to you from the organisation, which is really incredible. So when did you start boxing?
I started 6 years ago now. Well, actually, tell a lie. I started off doing MMA. I've done, you know, the charity events, Ultra White MMA, whatever it's called, Ultra MMA. That's it. Yeah, I started off in MMA. I didn't really like kicking and hurting my shins too much, so boxing. And
who does like getting kicked? Find me a man.
Not me. But yeah, no, I stuck with the boxing, and I feel like I've come a long way in the boxing. I feel I've put in 100% effort, and I couldn't expect nothing less to this point. So I'm glad I'm working with Future of Boxing now, because I see the chances that are created now on this promotion. So
Yeah, there's some excellent opportunities, and you know, it's one of the reasons why I came over here, because as I said, I'm all about supporting the fighters, and
Yeah, wicked.
I think they've got a like-minded approach. So, were you a naughty boy at school and getting into fights on the streets?
I didn't expect that question.
Mate, this is the Gunman Insta Live. No safety catch,
Man, let's
no
go.
silencer.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
in
speak free
school.
on here.
Yeah, in school, I was always fighting, always getting home, excluded, expelled, like sent out of class because I was an angry child.
Yeah,
And I liked fighting because it was like one of the only things I was good at. I always
yeah,
used, you know what I mean. So I took all that anger and that street fighting into something more valuable and worth my time.
yeah.
Because
That's brilliant.
fighting on the streets, it only got me arrested many a times and stuff like that. So I'd rather, and I've got a daughter now, so I'd rather cut that bullshit out and just focus on the real thing instead of doing
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's refreshing to hear. So in a way, boxing's given you a bit of a platform where you can fight in a controlled environment. Because a lot of people think boxing's barbaric and it's a brutal sport. But actually, by the sounds of it, it's given you an arena where you can showcase your
Mm-hmm.
skills in a controlled environment where you're not going to get yourself arrested.
Yeah, exactly. I love it so much. It's legal fighting. I love it.
Yeah, and sober fighting. That's the best thing about it. Like,
Yes,
it's sober fighting.
you know
which,
that.
which
No,
is actually genius when you think about it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you can't,
Because you
get.
very rarely see a sober fight happen on the streets.
No, you don't. Not really.
The
Okay.
irony. The irony.
Yeah.
No, this is lovely to see the comments in here. Kenny Brown, go on, Josh lad, getting the recognition you deserve. And you really are. You know, it's great that you can come on here and share some time. Kano R97, come on, Sean. Love that. Love that. So if anyone's got any questions for the big man, fire them in. I will happily ask any good ones. If you've got some questions, if you're not following this man, make sure you are following this man. Let's follow his journey. I'm hoping to get him on before all these big fights. My name's the Gunman, Wesley Gunman Graham. I'm the presenter of this show. Follow me as well. I've got some brilliant interviews coming up. Got Bernard Hopkins coming in on here on Monday.
Wow.
So, so there's loads of interviews with fighters of all levels coming up. So follow us as both. So let's all support each other. So would you say you were born to fight or did you learn to fight?
I wasn't born to fight. I'll be real. I never had my dad around, so I taught myself how to be this man I am today. I learned how to fight from the streets to the boxing ring. I taught myself. I didn't teach myself everything. Obviously, you need a coach to teach you the fundamentals of boxing. Yeah. But I always had that background of knowing how to throw a punch and quickly. So it come to me quite fairly quick. But that's it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's really good to hear. Yeah, you need a coach, but you can have, there's certain traits of a fighter. There are certain traits there from the start. Someone like Hopkins, who we just talked about, he was born to fight. That guy was fighting from day dot.
Yeah.
So, well, for the fans that haven't seen you fight, how would you describe your boxing style?
You know what? Sometimes I box different. My style is very bouncy, head movement, like hands down sort of thing. But sometimes I do get my lesson learned and I have to put my hand. But yeah, I'm very like bouncy. I don't know how to say it really. I'm flashy. I like to be flashy. I like to entertain as well as put on. So yeah, you won't be disappointed when you watch me fight. You'll ask anyone on the unlicensed boxing scene that knows me. I've always put on a good fight. Yeah. Win or lose.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I research fighters, and you've come on my radar now. And obviously, when I put these promo vids together, I'm always hunting around for stuff. And I was really impressed. I've got a good eye, I think, because I'm watching a lot of unlicensed, and I also go to a lot of the big fights. I think I've got quite a good eye, so I quite like, and also I'm commentating on shows, so I think I should have a good eye. And you look decent, so I'm really excited to see you move. Who would you say your style is most like, or is there a fighter that you sort of look at and you think, I like to try and emulate how he fights?
I don't know. I wouldn't like to compare my style to someone that's world class. Really, I don't know. I like to try and do my own thing. I've never tried to have a style like someone else. It all comes from me. In my head, I'm not trying to do something that someone else is doing. So I like I like Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
I like Josh, but at the
Yeah.
moment, I'm cruiserweight, so moving like Josh Kelly is quite difficult. But
Yeah.
I like his style, like the hands down,
Beautiful. Yeah.
and just rolling up. That's I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Love it.
Yeah. We've got some comments here. I'm going to keep reading them out for you. So we've got Heart Makes a Fighter and Josh has the heart as well as the passion from Kenny Brown. We've got Josh Audi Boxing. Sorry if I get his usernames wrong. It's a trait of the job, unfortunately. I read some of the most unbelievable usernames ever. So if I get them slightly wrong. But what I sparred Josh at the Wicked and Bad trials. I was the only one who survived the sparring, and it bloody hurt.
I sparring him as well. I remember sparring him as well.
Did you light him up like a cigarette?
No. No, it was a good spar, man. It was a good spar. I don't want to knock anyone down. He's very good boxer as well. But I think I'll always say I got the better of anyone in a sparring session when I have a good day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but we all have those bad days, and we'll come on to that. Josh is a class boxer. You won't be disappointed. So listen, let's talk. Yeah, big respect. See Barker 93.
Big up, Charlie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, boy, that's what we like to see. Keep them firing in. So let's just talk about your gym and your team. But behind every good fighter is a good team.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So what gym are you fighting out of now? Who's your coach? Who's the calculator? Who's working shit out for you?
Well, at the moment, I'm representing and fighting out of a gym called Fensom's Gym. I'm one of their first boxers, obviously, because there was like a Muay Thai based gym.
Yeah.
But I've brought the boxing alive for them, I think. And my main man is called Frank Bates. We've known each other since we was little babies, and now he's my coach, but he's also a professional fighter himself. So the journey of how it's happened, two best friends doing it, that's what I love about it. But yeah, he's my best mate. He's a tournament. He's my coach. He does everything for me. And when it comes to fighting night, he speaks for me. You don't ask me, you ask him.
That's quality.
What I like, and he knows me like the back of his hand, so I can put my trust into him.
Yeah. How good are you at sticking to game plans? And you're not allowed to just say I'm brilliant.
No,
terrible. Because he's in here or anything like that.
No.
What would you say? Are you a good listener? Would he say you're a good listener?
He says I'm getting better, but I've never been a good listener. Never.
Yeah, I know if any fighter answers that serious, like properly, they would never say, yeah, I'm like a robot fight, because no fights go to plan, right? Do they?
No, once you get hit, the whole plan changes.
Yeah, you've got
to try and keep in the corner information, but you also got to do your own thing at the same time. It's a fight. You've got to be there to win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, are you a guy that likes to have a big team, or just it sounds like you just got your main guy?
Yeah, I've got two people that will be in my corner. One's called Frank Bates and one's called Ben Etheridge. They're both pro Muay Thai fighters. Ben used to box as well, and I like to keep it small because when I'm dealing with too much, I start getting all flustered, and I feel like there's too many people trying to tell me what and this and that. I'd rather keep my group small. As you say, a small circle was a better circle.
Yeah. Well, some people like a massive entourage, but yeah, sometimes it's not good to be listening to too many people, and too many cooks can ruin the broth, they say. So big up Frank, big up Ben. You know, it's good that these guys are, taking you on. And at the end of the day, I love coaches because you've got to listen to them. Your life is on the line. They're responsible for the fighters, and they get so little accolade, the coaches. You know what I mean? Often they're training, they're first in the gym, last to leave, don't get paid, don't get belts, so big up to those two, Frank and Ben, and I hope to also see you guys at the show.
Big shout out.
Yeah, big shout. Future of Boxing, the promoter has said your future is bright. That's lovely to hear.
Brighter than ever, I promise you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great. You know, it's great. As I said, we're looking forward to your journey. Let's ask you a few questions and see what you like about your boxing. And so, who's your current favourite fighter at the moment?
My current favourite fighter would either be I can't really say his name. You know that Naoya Inoue, Japanese.
Inoue, yeah. Because you did say Josh Kelly, but I mean, is it like who's your favourite? Like who's
Yeah,
on and
the
they're on, and you've got to watch their fight.
I've got. I would like to say, yeah, I like it to be Josh Kelly, yeah. But the favourite fighter would be like Inoue, I'd say.
Yeah. Big up to Danny. Big up to Danny Worsfold. Good fighter.
That's one of my old opponents. We had a draw.
Did he?
4 years.
Yeah, good fighter. Love to get Danny on the line live one time. Big up to Boxer Jones as well. Makes some great content.
Smashing it. He's got so many accolades. He's been Quest British boxing champion. He fights abroad now. He's
a warrior, road warrior. Lamar Clements is in. Big up Lamar Clements. We've got Boxer Jones, who I mentioned earlier. Brilliant content. He does content on boxing technique. Right. So we've got a star-studded cast coming in to hear about you, Josh.
Lovely.
So
welcome.
Your favorite. Let's hear about your favorite fighter of all time.
Of all time.
All time. You can only choose one. just to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's a hard question to ask.
I know, isn't it? But I asked it, so
I'll answer that. I'll say Evander Holyfield, because the reason is because he's the only one that made Mike Tyson angry in the ring, made him lose his brain and beat him.
That's an interesting shout, isn't it?
Yeah, he done it in, I don't know. It's just always stuck with me, the way he turned Mike Tyson different and made him fight there and get him into that sort of state. I think Evander Holyfield knew what he was doing, and he went on to kill the heavyweights.
And that was a prime Tyson as well, wasn't it? That he just frustrated him. He could take the power. Do you know what? I've met Holyfield, and it was quite sad because he was quite punch drunk. Yeah, I've met him twice, but he was quite punch drunk. When I spoke to him, he was almost like it took 20 seconds to process what I was saying and then just talk again. You know. What's that, sorry?
No good being punch drunk.
Yeah, sorry, I cut out a little bit. Yeah, like, you know, he takes a little bit of time to process what you're saying, and then he talks. You know, I'm on a chat show. I run a chat show, so I'm always quick in talking. And he's really slow. He's really slow. I find it was quite sad, but yeah, what a good fighter! Unbelievable choice from you there, Josh.
Yeah, I'll stick with that 100%. That's always stuck with me. That fight, and yeah, just how he fights as well. I just love him, man. He's quality. He's quality.
So you talked about his fight with Tyson. So how do you feel about Tyson now fighting Jake Paul? How does that sit with you?
Not very well. I feel like Mike Tyson said it's not for money, and I feel like he's only doing it for money.
Yeah.
I see something the other day. Someone called Tony Jeffries. He does many videos.
Yeah.
And I feel like what he said was true, because he's got such a big legacy that he can ruin in one fight right now.
What did Jeffries say on it? Yeah, Jeffries does really good videos.
Yeah, he said if Mike Tyson loses this fight, the new generation are only going to know Mike Tyson as that old guy that got beat by Jake Paul. They're not going to know him as that guy that went on to demolish the heavyweights. Absolutely. He's going to change his name and legacy for what? For what reason? To beat this Jake Paul or lose even?
Well, he's on the payoff. Yeah.
But a man's got to do what he got to do. If there's millions involved, it's probably hard to say no.
Isn't it? I think us romantic boxing fans are hoping that he's still got a bit of his old magic.
Yes,
but my heart tells me. So my head tells me. My heart says that, but my head tells me, mate, he was getting bruck up by Brian McBride 20 years ago. He's not going to suddenly just, you know, you don't get better. You know, Father Time is unbeaten.
Yeah, no way.
You know what I mean? So when he's getting battered up by Brian McBride and, you know, out of gas after, I think it was like a few rounds.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't see. And then listen, you know this, pads don't hit back. I can make someone look, you know, anyone on the pads.
Anyone, man. Anyone can look good. Obviously, Mike Tyson has still got his knowledge of boxing, and he knows how to box and what to do. But I just don't see it going his way, to be honest.
Chris Scipione's just jumped in. He's a really good fighter as well. You've got a nice mate. You've got loads of different fighters jumping in and out, which is great to see. And this is what this is what it's all about. All right then, let's just talk about the Saudi money. Let's just talk about the Saudis.
Let's go.
Yes, gunman. Yes, Scipione. Get your ass on my live soon and come and earn yourself some money. Come on our show and earn yourself some money. So I was basically saying Saudi money, because whilst we're talking about money, the Saudi money. So it's transformed boxing, hasn't it? Now you've got Vegas is no longer where everyone wants to go. No one's dreaming about going to Madison Square Garden anymore. Everyone's like, I need to get to Saudi. What do you see? Do you see it as a good thing for boxing?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's always a good thing for boxing, because now I feel like the boxing's arrived in Saudi. I think that Turk Al-Sheikh, that's how you say it, he wants them fights that are meant to happen. He wants to make them big fights. I feel like all the other times where we've had fights and it's took ages to make, and I feel like he's getting it done quicker, just because there's a bit more money involved. But also,
a bit more money, a bit more, a
lot more,
few 100 million. Mate, he had Wilder on the undercard,
That's mad.
Did he have like Wilder and Zhang on the Zhang was fighting Parker, wasn't he, on the undercard?
Was it Zhang and Parker? Yeah, because Wilder and Parker fought
on the as well. Yeah, on the undercard on the one before that. That was for the Fury and Garnu.
That's the one, yes.
So they're having, mate, they're putting the fights together. The money's there. And then now, listen, Frank, Eddie, you got to work together. Otherwise, one of you is going to miss out.
Exactly. Have you seen that 5 versus 5 that they're doing?
Interesting, isn't it?
I feel like that's going to be very good. I feel like that's bringing a bit of back into the boxing as well. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it brings some spice in, won't it? It brings some spice. Guys, pop some questions in if you want me to ask any. Here's a good question for you.
Yeah.
More time or more money?
More time in what sense?
Life. We're talking Saudi money, so let's talk a conundrum. More life or more money? Think about it though. If you got a shitload of money, say you had like 5 billion, you could have a fucking well of a time for a couple of weeks, couldn't you?
Yeah. How long? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'd choose more money, man. Nowadays,
just live it up hard whilst you're alive.
Whilst I can, yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, I love that.
We all got to go one day, and I feel go with 5 billion and spend that all just before I go. I think I'll be happy.
Yeah, I love that. All right, let's hammer them out. Some fun questions. Who's your hardest sparring partner ever?
My hardest sparring partner?
Yeah.
When I was boxing at Harrow ABC, they're an amateur-based gym, and they're the only gym in the borough linked to Olympic and Team GB boxing. I sparred a boy called Alex Hatcher. He was, I think, 15 kilo lighter, but I've sparred bigger and better people, and he has just been the most difficult, the most sharpest, and the most biggest pain in the arse to ever spar.
Yeah,
him definitely. Alex Hatcher, he's an amateur-based boxer.
Yeah. Was he a pain in the arse? What's he do? Is he tall, rangy?
Yeah, he's tall,
he's relentless. What is he?
I can't remember his weight. I think because obviously I'm 88 at the moment. I think he's 76.
Yeah. What's his style? Is he just come forward and peck you to death, or is he like can't hit him, or what is it?
He's got that amateur bang, but he's so much quicker than me. But my coach used to do it on purpose because he knew I hated it. He used to put me in all the time. But I learned so much. And the conversation we would have after him battering me or he getting the better of him, like we learned so much, and I appreciate him as a boxer and as a person for that.
We've got pro boxer, perfection 101. He's a really top pro boxer who jumped in. I think he's 3-1 draw, but he's really good. Who would you say is your hardest fight so far?
My hardest fight.
Tough one, isn't it?
Remember, well, it's actually not hard to remember.
It's not hard to remember because it hurts so much.
Oh, this is a big question. My hardest fight.
So far.
Right, there's two. I wouldn't say he was my hardest fight, but I'd say bollocks. You know, Danny Warsfold in this chat earlier.
Yeah.
That was, I'll always remember him. So I'd class that as one of my hardest fights because he was just a powerhouse, and getting hit by him just hurt every time. And he was so strong, and he was put me on. I couldn't move, and I was just like, oh, fuck's sake! Like, it ended up in a draw, but I would say that's always in the back of my mind because we've never got the chance to have the rematch. It's been arranged, but it's just always fell short.
Yeah,
on my behalf or his behalf, but yeah, I'll never forget him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's a solid warrior. He's been on the circuit a bit as well. Yeah, interesting. Let's talk about the bare knuckle stuff. So I've interviewed a few really good bare knuckle fighters on here. Probably the best I've enjoyed interviewing was a guy called Connor Tierney.
Yeah, Connor,
who is a really big fighter in BKFC. I think he's 9-2. I'm going to have to wrap my brain here. I think he's 7-2. He's had 9 fights. He's 7-2, but he's like, he brings the X factor. Really good fighter. And I asked him, why do boxers never really want to go into bare knuckle? So I just wanted to ask you. I mean, apart from stating the obvious,
right?
What's the main differences with bare knuckle fighting and traditional boxing?
Every punch hurts. Every punch, it's just bone on bone. And when I say, obviously, my 2 bare knuckle fights, I've got touched like once. 2 first round knockouts I gave them. So I've not really been on the end of getting punched so hard in bare knuckle, but I've got many that do it, and you can just hear the difference of the sound, just like bone and bone, man. That's the biggest.
People are getting put down by jabs, I tell you.
Yeah,
broken eye sockets and shit like that. We're seeing Danny Warsfold is saying Josh Holm was my hardest fight too. The kid punches like a horse kicks. Sorry, Jesus, I'm tongue tied there. Yeah. So he's saying that you're his hardest fight. The kid punches like a horse kicks.
Yes, Danny.
That's a real big compliment because that guy has been in with some warriors, man.
He's got so many accolades to boxing. Like on his own, you should see what he's doing now, and he's getting me involved as well, which I won't speak about because obviously I don't know too much about it right now. But he's bringing me into a different game as well. He's showing me some further connections through boxing, and I couldn't thank him enough. To be honest, we've become friends now, and I'm glad, actually, because he's a solid man.
That's absolutely wonderful, and that's what this sport's all about. That's why I do this now. I enjoy connecting with fighters, and often I stay in touch with people that come on the show, and I no doubt now, like you and I will connect, and I'll see you at shows, and straight away you just connect with people, and you start networking with people, and you'll be surprised the respect and the the respect and how many like-minded people there are like ourselves. I used to fight as well. So it's fantastic, the boxing community, and it's great to be able to. You're giving back by putting on entertainment right now. I've retired now, but I use this channel to enhance fighters, build their profile, build their fights, give them a voice into the fight fans. So it's amazing that you two can you fight each other and then you're now friends. It's brilliant, and that's what the sport's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wicked, man. It's good.
Yeah, it's absolutely wicked. With the bare knuckle fighting, just before I let you go, I'm conscious of your time.
No.
With the bare knuckle fighting, do you have to think more about defense than you do attack?
I would say so, yeah, because you're more worried of getting crunched on your eye socket or your chin. You're so worried about getting hit. I think my hands drop less in a fight because I'm worried about getting absolutely crunched.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm a pretty guy, you know what I mean? I don't want to ruin these looks, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. A lot of bare knuckle fighters go long guard with their hands quite open. And I was with a bare knuckle fighter actually on Saturday, and I gave him a lift home from a show, and he was telling me about having quite a long guard rather than always just being tight. As a good way of, deflecting a lot on your arms and stuff. He also told me about, when you see Bruce Lee and he closes his hands like this, he says it's called popping your knuckles. You can close your knuckles, you put your fingers first, then you wrap your knuckles. It actually makes your hands harder. And some of the things he's saying that they do to make their hands harder, like hitting Makalele boards, and I think they're called Makalele boards, hitting wood and stuff to make your knuckles it's just a different game, isn't it?
Crazy. And that thing.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, I know, it's just in me, man. The fight, the dog's in me. I love it. I love it all. Man. I want to do before I stop boxing. I'm going to box however long I can, but I would like to do one more bare knuckle, like against someone real good, so I can get some cuts and bruises and just go through the walls. I want to do one more.
Yeah.
One more.
So you just kind of thought what made you do it? What made you go into it? You just wanted to have that experience, that danger that's there.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I work at. You know what? I perform better when I'm scared. I'll be honest. Yeah, most fights I go into, I'm scared because the nerves, stuff like that. I won't lie, but I just thought that's a different buzz, and I said I was 10 times more worried, and I enjoy that feeling. Like I feel like my mouth's in my stomach or my stomach's in my mouth, whatever you say. Like it's a different sort of feeling, man, and I thrive with it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, just before we wrap up, then, can you give us a prediction for Saturday? What sitting on the commentary team? What am I expecting to see?
You're expecting to see one of my best performances yet. You're expecting to see someone that listens for once, and
love that.
Also, it's I think it's 4 or 5 2-minute rounds. I can't remember, but it's going to be. I've been saying to my coach Frank, it's going to be a 3rd round knockout. 100%. I've actually fought this guy before, and obviously he wants to fight me again. It's to prove, which he's not going to prove. But I can promise you now, I will be knocking out in the 3rd round.
Yeah, lovely. Good to see the confidence. And finally, can you give the fight fans a message to the fans that are buying tickets to be there, the guys that might buy the pay-per-view, the guys that have supported you along your whole journey, even if they're not there on Saturday? What would be your final message to them?
Well, everyone that's coming to support, I just want to thank you, because each and single time that I go out to put a battle on, all these guys are there and they motivate me to do what I do best. And also, if anyone's not coming to the Future of Boxing show, definitely pay for the subscription of Leapfrog Fight TV, because they're doing something different. And this Future of Boxing is on such a big platform, from coming onto Gunman Boxing and Leapfrog Fight TV. You just don't want to miss it. You're either not going to be there and watch it on telly, or be there and watch it in person. That's the only way it's going to work, because you can't miss this. So I appreciate everyone that supports, but I'd appreciate you more if you come and support Future of Boxing.
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We'll leave it there. It's been a brilliant connecting with you. I for one can't wait to see your fight on Saturday night.
Let's have it.
The best of luck. May the best man win. I shall see you at the weekend. Do what you do best.
Yes, mate. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Take care, sir.
Take care. See you later, man.
Bye-bye, mate.